Hey guys, Dr. Kresimir here, chiropractor from London, Ontario, Canada. On today's video, we're going to be talking about how to get started with strength training. Not just talking about, I'm going to be showing you the one exercise I believe you should be doing, especially if you're a beginner to strength training. But before we get to that, there is some stuff to talk about. And before we get to that, we help people live extraordinary lives through the power of structural chiropractic care and life by design principles. Please like, share, and subscribe this video. Maybe not this video, but like and share this video. Help get this information to more people so they can start living better and healthier lives. It's what we're after, helping people. And I'm very grateful to be shooting a video like this. It means that more people are thinking about strength training. This has come up a lot in practice. People asking me and us where we get started and how we get started and what we should do. So the most important things when it comes to strength training is, number one, I should probably have these notes, but these are things to think about. And this is where most people get caught up and where most people fail. Number one thing is you need to be clear on exactly why it is this is what you want to do. And whatever it is, as long as you're clear that this is what you want, it'll be extremely helpful. Most people, and myself included, by the way, this still applies to me, but most people's goal is, I'm trying to avoid something. I don't want to get fat, I don't want to get sick, I don't want to look ugly, versus having a very clear, distinct goal in mind. And if you don't have that, then the likelihood to follow through is much less. So number one is always clarity. Number two is kind of an extension on that clarity, but it's knowing what to do when you show up. One of the things that drives me crazy in practice is the willingness people have to start, but then the slamming of themselves. I'm lazy, I'm a procrastinator. I had a lady, listen to this, beautiful person, 4 outstanding children, multiple degrees, owns a business. She told me that she was lazy, and I said, well, you've done stuff in your life, right? And she said, well, yeah. I said, okay, well, then you're not lazy. Either you're not clear, right? Point number one, either you're not clear on what it is that you want to do, or you're not clear on what to do, right? Because we've all been there. We show up to the gym and you don't have a clear plan on what to do on that day. And then what proceeds is maybe you walk on the treadmill a little bit, but you don't know what to do, and the lack of clarity or the lack of certainty in that particular instance, right, leads you to leave. Because you're like, well, you're feeling this feeling in your heart, and then you leave because you don't know what to do. So that's number two. Number one is being clear on what you want. Number two is being clear on what to do. And number three is the programming and the progressions. So if you were to start to do anything, you would eventually get to the point where you could do it and then you could do it no problem. The challenge with strength training and exercising is you always want to have the next level available. So you're always pushing your body. And by pushing your body, I do not mean something that's extreme or something that's ridiculous or something that you can't do, but you always want to be in that zone of discomfort, because it's mastering that zone of discomfort where your body grows, gets stronger, and that's where all the benefits of strength training come from. The problem is if you don't have knowledge or experience, or dealing with somebody who has knowledge or experience in that area, it's hard to know where to push the programming. You know what I mean? If not, most people show up to do strength training and they'll do the same exercises and they'll do 12 to 15 reps. Now, why 12 to 15 reps? Well, they've been told that that's what they need to do in order to not get bulky, which is fine when you're starting out. And don't get me wrong, based on your goals, this is why goals are so important. 12 to 15 reps might be exactly what you need to do, or it might be nothing of what you need to do, right? But knowing, and when it comes to strength training, proper programming should be based off a 1 rep max and then 85, and it's more mathematical than, it's mathematical, and it's a formula, and it's important that the big principles are there, or what will happen is you'll plateau and it'll feel like you're doing the same things over and over again. So what's the solution? Well, the real solution is to work with a professional who knows, how to program for you and knows your goals. Now, I can't do that for you. So this is not programming advice, or this is not expert advice for you personally in any means. If anything that I suggest, I think you should always work with a professional. But I do have an interim short-term goal, and it's the kettlebell swing. So what we'll do is I'll cut to how to do a kettlebell swing, because I shot a little tutorial on how to do it. So we'll go there right now. Hey guys, let's go over what a kettlebell swing is and how you can start to safely do this exercise based on all of the stuff that I've previously mentioned. So first thing you're gonna need, I don't have a lot of space. I probably have about, probably about 6 feet. You can see the edge of the chair right there, and the wall is right there. I have a kettlebell, and the actual exercise, trying to show you my feet are flat, about shoulder width apart like this. The actual exercise consists of not squatting. So I'm not squatting and then lifting upwards. What I'm doing is I'm hinging. So you'll notice that my knee doesn't really go above my toe. My knees barely move at all. They bend a little bit, but really what I'm doing is getting my butt back, and then I'm extending my butt. And what you're really doing is you're driving your hips forward, and then as you drive your hips forward, you propel. As you drive your hips forward, you propel the weight up this way, right? So you have this feeling of the weight being weightless. I see a lot of people, what they do is they rely on their shoulder strength to lift the weight, but really you should be driving your hips up, propelling the weight, and then if anything, you're flexing your lats at the top and helping the weight come down. So, this is the Russian kettlebell swing. The American kettlebell swing I can't do is the one that goes totally overhead. Russian kettlebell swings are fine, but really what you want to do is you want to keep your core and your low back tight. So, the breath up is important. And what else do I have to tell you about that? Keeping that core tight, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to have an arched back when you're doing this. It can put a lot of pressure on your low back. So keeping your core tight and making sure that the hinge and everything's coming from the flexing of the glute is what's going to help propel the weight up. But if it doesn't make sense, and you have a personal trainer, make sure you're dealing with them. And if you need to talk to us about it, that's no problem. Let's set something up. Just comment or call the office, or I'd have no problem showing you how to do this exercise. So hopefully that helps, and we'll see you soon. Welcome back. And now let me explain what the goals are for this. So you want to be able to do, so you're targeting twice a week, and the goal is to do 75 kettlebell swings twice a week. So pick a relatively heavy weight, but here's the thing. If you can't get to 75 kettlebell swings in one shot, then you break them up. You do 10 or you do 20, and you put the weight down and you rest 10, 15 seconds and you pick it up and you do some more, and you pick it up and you do some more, and you pick it up and you do some more. And eventually you get to 75 and you're done for the day. If once you can get 75 unbroken, you increase the weight, right? And that's how it kind of has progressions and stuff built in. Now, why am I picking the kettlebell swing? I'm picking the kettlebell swing simply because it is an exercise that targets, and there's lots of these exercises, but this is the one that I picked because the way that it's structured and the way the workout is structured, it will target very many different systems for you. And it'll be beneficial in that it'll be pushing your body cardiovascular wise, strength wise, and posterior chain, which is glutes, low back, upper back, which most people, because of all the time that we have sitting, and just based on my study and clinical knowledge, most people need most work with those areas of their spine. So I hope that makes sense. If you have any comments or questions, please post them below. If something doesn't feel right while you're doing this exercise, please seek the help of a professional, right? So that will actually be able to look at what you're doing and then make the appropriate recommendations from there. But if you're new, I think this is a wonderful place to start. And if you're diligent with the programming, you will love the results. So have a wonderful day, and I hope to talk to you soon.